The idea that online learning is not as good as face-to-face learning is not true in my experience. There are online classes that are exceptional, and there are face-to-face classes that are exceptional. It's just about the professor, the content, and the student that make it that way.
Education is changing. I mean, we're living in a time where literally, accessibility to content has never been so rampant.
I don't want to be behind. I want to be on par with the students, or maybe even a little bit ahead and showing them this really exciting new way to learn.
Are the students getting it? We sort of assume that they are when they're in a traditional classroom, but when they're online, the burden is upon you to make sure that they're getting it.
I've basically gutted the course and all but started from scratch. You can't take a traditional class and just throw it online.
In your head, whenever you're designing a course, it's like, oh, all of these things make sense.
Understand that there is a standard for excellent online courses.
And always reflecting upon, why did you choose this assignment? As an instructor, why did you choose it? I mean, just because it's like a cool video on climate change?
This is your chance to be as creative in an appropriate sense for your students. You want those creative ideas, you want those out-of-the-box ideas, because that's what's going to allow you to fit the medium better.
First, when I started, I didn't realize I was in the student position. But more and more I do, this is what students have to do and they have to go through, right?
I think you can empathize with students more too, because as they're learning new content, there's a bunch of jargon, there are some terms that I have to go through.
There's still a lot of work to be done, even if you have your PhD. Doesn't mean that you inherently know how to teach now.
It helped me make connections with the rest of the university. I got to meet a lot of other professors who were doing similar work in other departments, and I thought that was extremely valuable in and of itself.
My advice for faculty is to attend as many of the workshops that CETL offers as possible.
This cannot be one of many projects at once. This needs to be your primary project for a given period of time. And I would suggest at least 2 to 3 months.
It's a really intensive process. I would also say that it's important to embrace the process, to try new things, and to really kind of use this as an opportunity to be reflective about the kinds of skills that you want to acquire, the kinds of goals that you have for your own teaching moving forward.
I'll give this advice again, is play with your toys, play with your tools, be willing to fail. We ask that of our students all the time. The only way we're going to learn it is if we do the same thing.
See what works, what doesn't work. You'll never know until you try.
An online class is not for everybody. I mean, there are students who are not going to be proactive. They're not up on all the technology, and they're not going to succeed in an online class, and there may be faculty who actually wouldn't succeed in that arena either.
I would encourage faculty to do so. I mean, if I can do it, I'm not, technologically, I'm not advanced at all, but I've learned a lot. So join in the fun, do it. It's good. It's good for you as a faculty member. It's also great for our students.